RV modifications and accessories for the bathroom. A must-have when we got to the Class A. Our favorite bathroom modification that we did, and that's right here. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Why Wait. I'm Chris, and today I want to do a quick video on RV modifications and accessories for the bathroom. Small, tight spaces. So any kind of modification that you can do to help out with living in here and make things easier, or accessories that just help you stay more organized, is a must for RVers. Now, we've never really specifically done just a video on RV bathroom accessories and mods, and I was in here and thinking about it. I was like, we've done quite a bit over the last 7 years of full-time RVing in these bathrooms to make life living in them easier. So I wanted to touch base on some of those things. We're going to talk about a few things that we did in the fifth wheel in the Solitude we used to own, and some things that we've done here in the Class A motorhome, again, to the bathrooms, just to make life easier. So let's go ahead and break it down. Now, as I step into the bathroom here, I'll scan around and you can see that this is a small space. This is definitely a one-person bathroom right here. I would say it's even smaller than the bathroom we had in the Solitude. And the first modification that we did in here was actually this guy right here that I'm about to sit on. The toilet. And what did we do? Well, the first thing that we did in the Class A here was we installed a soft closing toilet lid. We had one of these in the Grand Design Solitude, and once we came in here and we didn't have it, we realized, man, how much we missed it and how much we actually liked that modification. So as soon as we got in here, we were slamming the toilet seat all the time. It was a pain in the butt. So if you can find a soft closing toilet seat that fits with the RV toilet that you have, I think it's definitely something that you should do. It's a pretty cheap upgrade. It took us a little while to actually find a seat that's compatible with this macerator toilet here in the new model that we have, but I will put links down to that, as well as everything that we kind of talk about today. But yeah, a soft closing toilet seat, it's just easier, it's just nicer, it just doesn't slam, and it's something that we really like. Let's talk about our favorite bathroom modification that we did, and that's right here. The Nautilus retractable door by Stowit. We did this on both RVs. We did this in our first RV in the Solitude. It had the 3 glass doors, which weigh like 65 pounds. And we wanted to save, some weight in that RV. It's not, it doesn't really matter as much in this one, but we still like the fact that you have more room with those shower doors taken out. What I mean by that is, with this, when you open it up and it retracts, you have this big open space right here. And so if you're in here and you're drying off and you're actually out here, you now have more arm room and everything to kind of move around and dry off. Because when the shower doors even were open on the last one, they still stop about halfway. And those glass doors are always going to be right there. And by opening this up, it doesn't seem that much, but when you open it up and this retracts all the way, it just gives you a more open feel in space, and you no longer have those shower tracks down there, which we all know get really nasty, really dirty. They're a pain in the butt to clean. So with the retractable shower door, you no longer have those nasty shower tracks. You're saving space, you're saving weight. And I've even heard stories from people where they said sometimes those shower doors have actually broken going down the road, not to mention they make a lot more noise going down the road. So again, this was basically a must-have when we got to the Class A. One of the first modifications we came in here did. And I'll put a link up to that video as well, where you can go see the whole installation process and learn how to install it. And we do have a code YWAIT5, which will save you 5% on the Nautilus retractable door if you're curious, and we'll have links to go check out their website if you want to purchase one of these and save a little bit of money. I think it's a must. Okay, the next will be if you can upgrade the fan above you. I know a lot of these RVs, you actually have to reach up to open these fans, manually turn them on sometimes. And for some people, I was just talking to somebody the other day who I guess you could call them vertically challenged. That can be difficult. Sometimes you have to step on the toilet seat, or sometimes they actually have the button on the wall to turn it on, but to actually open it, you still have to reach up here to open them. So there's tons of different fans and upgrades out there that you can do, where you can install a wall unit that is going to open, close, turn on, off. Now when we got to the Class A, it was really nice because the fans here already had the wall mounted control units. You can adjust the speed, you can adjust the temp. They have rain sensors on them so they can automatically open and close. And speaking of that, that's fine, that's great. But what we didn't like about that was if you were in here showering and it was getting too steamy up there, or if it was raining outside, the lid would automatically close. And then you're taking a shower and you cannot have the fan running to get all the steam out. So another upgrade that we did is up on the roof on here, we installed basically the Fantastic Fan vent covers. This way you can always have the vents covered. You can have these fans open up going down the road to create air circulation, or when it's raining, you can still have the fans open because these were always closing with the rain sensors. We didn't like that. So installing the fan covers was a big bonus for us, something we had on both RVs and we really like. The next thing I want to talk about is I would recommend, if you don't have it in your RV, installing water shutoffs on the toilet and underneath the sink. A lot of these RVs don't have water shutoffs to each appliance, and that can be really tough when it comes time to work on something, repair something, switch something out, a different kind of faucet, different kind of toilet. You know, you don't want to have to shut the water off to the whole RV. So on the Solitude, we went ahead and piped in and installed water shutoffs on everything, in the shower, on the toilet, the sink. That way, if you want to just work on one thing, or if you have a leak on one thing, again, you can just shut the water off right to it and you don't have to worry about it. Now, we have a macerator toilet in here, and I'm actually, I can't really get behind it. I'm not too sure if there is a specific water shutoff for that, but we do have one underneath the bathroom sink. So we have a whole video if you want to go check that out, where we actually, cut the plumbing lines and install the water shutoffs on everything. And that's just a big bonus modification to have on these RVs. And I think a lot of them are kind of, catching wind of that. And more RVs, I think nowadays, when you buy them, are actually coming with shutoffs already installed to each separate water fixture. Okay, let's talk about a few accessories that just sort of help out with the organizing around here. And one is this trash can right here. This is a new purchase that we recently just got. And I like it because it saves a lot of room. It's tall, it's slender, and it has the toilet brush pre-installed on it. So now we don't have a separate toilet brush sitting around, a separate trash can. And I like the fact that it has a lid as well. I know a lot of people kind of don't like to flush toilet paper. Now, we do it because we have a macerator, but if you do, if you're not big into flushing toilet paper and you got some nasty toilet paper, having a lid on the trash can would definitely be a must. So this is a nice little thing. I can't remember what channel we saw this on, but when I saw it, I was like, ooh, we got to get that, because I just like the fact that it keeps the toilet brush hidden and it's all in one unit. Anytime you can save space, I think that's a good idea. And by the way, shoot me a comment down below. Are you guys flushers or your trash can users when it comes to doing the dirty deed and wiping on the toilet? Because we've always flushed. We've never had any problems with the black tank, this and that. But I've talked to a lot of people who tend to put it all in a trash can. So, which for us, I'll just flat out say it. It seems a little gross, but hey, whatever works. I'm afraid my dog or somebody would get into the trash. But yeah, comment down below. I'm curious to see kind of like what does everybody else do out there? Are you guys flushing the toilet paper, or you sticking it in a trash can? Another accessory I like are these toothbrush holders. Going down the road, these little mount and stick toothbrush holders keep our toothbrushes secure from falling over. And when we're like charging the base, you can still have the head hanging there. And it's just another accessory that we use in the medicine cabinet here to keep things more organized and, from falling around, jostling and going down the road. Just a cheap little thing that we like to use. Another thing that we keep always in the bathroom as well as in the kitchen are these little guys right here. These Safer Home plug-in light-up fly traps. These are really nice because I know sometimes during certain places that we camp or during certain times of the year, we just seem to get more fruit flies or gnats, possibly even mosquitoes and flies. And by keeping these plugged in, especially in the bathroom where you may have sewer flies, you may not, but it just lights up at night. It attracts the bugs to this sticky little pad right here. When the pad gets full, you just simply toss it and replace it. Something we've always had, and we've talked about it in other videos, and they're really, really effective. And it's kind of actually pretty interesting to see how much little things are flying around here and how much stuff actually gets stuck to it. So it not only kind of gives you a little bit of light, a little night light in the bathroom, but just to kind of take care of that nasty insect problem sometimes that we get traveling across the country. Things can definitely get pretty dark in these RVs, especially in all the cabinets. So as we do in the rest of the RV, we have a lot of motion sensor lights. And we keep motion sensor lights in the cabinet underneath the sink where it always gets really dark. And you can't see things going under there. So anytime you can have stick-up motion sensor lights, we like to use these right here that have just rechargeable Energizer batteries. That's what we use. Some have USBs that you can just recharge them. We haven't had too much luck with the USB ones. They seem to kind of go kaput after a while. So we just invest in tons of Energizer rechargeable batteries, and we pretty much use these throughout the whole RV underneath the kitchen sink and closets and things like that. And the last one, which we all use, would basically just be command hooks of some sort. You know, they don't come with too many towel hangers in these RVs. So as I scan around here, you can see we have the command hooks all over the place. We have them inside the shower for, you know, the hand towels and things like that. You can never have enough command hooks, but they definitely come in handy in the bathroom as well. Guys, these are just some of the modifications and accessories that we've used over the years in both of our bathrooms. I hope they help you out. And again, we'll have any links down below if you want to check any of these products out. As always, appreciate you guys watching, and we'll catch you next time.